Hello, hello, what up? Welcome to tonight's awesome, juicy topic of Facebook Live. I know some of you will be watching this on YouTube. Some of you will be viewing this in my emails newsletter. I just want to welcome you wherever it is that you are. This is a safe spot, so feel free to dig in and just really allow yourself to take in everything that gets said. So welcome. I'm Carissa. I am a life, health, and mindset coach. I'm also the creator and owner of 365 Daily Hustle and a motivational speaker. So tonight's topic, good one, right? I don't know if you had a chance to read the description, but it's going to be a fantastic one. But I just want to say that as a holistic life and health coach, it's not always easy, right? It's not always easy living the holistic lifestyle. But it's not just about eating more organic food and doing meditation and maybe incorporating more yoga into my life. It's about looking at our life as a whole, right? It's about food and nutrition. It's about energy. It's about our careers and our relationships and our faith and whatever it is that, that we are struggling with, right? It's the full balance. And we really look at how our life is in balance as a holistic coach and what we can do to kind of always be shifting and making sure that life does feel balanced. I know you're probably thinking, Carissa, my life never feels balanced, but trust me, there are ways to do it. But to live that type of a lifestyle, right, it takes courage and it takes time to build that type of mindset. But I'm here to tell you that it can be done. There once was a time that Carissa was not so strong in the mind or the body. But yeah, there's hope. If I can do it, you can do it. Trust me. So in my opinion, our personal and professional development go hand in hand, right? When one is out of alignment, the impact is felt throughout our entire life, which is why today's topic is all about how to hit the hard reset and learn to detox some pretty nasty stuff out of our life. So just in case you're wondering here today, like what the heck does a coach like myself do, right? Well, let me educate you just a little bit. See, I encourage clients to take inspired action so that they can live life to the fullest. Together, we create clarity and we connect the dots so that clients can thrive and not just survive life. As a mindset coach, I'm here to help you achieve very great things, very grand things. And my clients are experiencing some major changes in their life, which is completely awesome, right? So I do get questions a lot like, well, how do I know when it's time to work with a life, health, or mindset coach? I always like to say, if you realize that it's time for a change, but you don't know how to get there all on your own. When your mindset starts to affect your work performance and your happy life, or maybe both, when you feel like you're stuck in a rut and you can't see your way out all on your own, definitely time to hook up with a coach and see how they can help you. Or just simply if you're ready to go from good to great, right? I work with a lot of people who already have that hunger and they want more knowledge. They want to become the best versions of themselves. And those are honestly some of my favorite clients because they're always wanting to be better, which I can totally relate to. As most of you know, if you don't know me, I'm a very generous coach, and I offer all potential clients a free coaching session that I like to call a discovery call. So if you're thinking at the end of today's live, if you've watched the video and you're like, yeah, I kind of need this shit in my life, then go ahead and click that link below. I'd be happy to have a discovery call with you. So tonight's topic, right? Hitting that hard set reset button. Do you feel overwhelmed, stressed out, burnt out? Do you just get tired of waking up every day, day after day, doing the same old crap, right? The hamster on the wheel. It's like insanity. So let me tell you, my friend, if you feel this, it's time for a reset. the only one. Trust me, everyone goes through this. I go through it. But the difference is hitting the button so that you don't fall back into the old ruts and get stuck in the place of like crappiness. Nobody likes to be there, but it's so hard to get out sometimes. So yeah, you know, if you want to start growing and change the mindset, right, of not feeling so overwhelmed and stressed out all the time, it's time to hit the reset. If you're one of the lucky 1% that doesn't feel this at all, congratulations. You really are like 1% of the world's population. So many times we take too much on, right? And this may be you. And if it is, definitely let me know. Send me the love, send me the hearts. Show me that something's resonating with you. And if not, that's okay too. But as humans, sometimes I can take on way too much stuff, right? You've got people asking you to do things. You're like church, school, work, clients, personal life. And then you're all fighting the whole internal battle of like, I just don't even have time for myself. Well, I'm here to tell you that you're not alone and that happens, right? So what can we do, right, to not take on so much stuff? Well, I like to look at it as, what if I asked you that every time someone asked you to do something, you could take 1 to 2 minutes to really think about how it would affect your life if you said yes to this one thing. Because we all know when we say yes to one, we say no to the other. So think about, if you had another minute and I said, can you take on this project? You'd be like, no, not really. My plate is full. I don't get paid enough to do this. Or, you know, if you had the chance to really think, should I work a couple extra hours tonight to get caught up, or should I go to my daughter's recital that I've promised her that I'd be there? Do we really need another dog? Like all of these questions that we get asked, like a kid, I want a dog. Do we really need one? Instead, we just go out and do it because we don't even have time to think about it, right? And sometimes I see this with, if I buy this item, is it really going to make me happy? We don't think about these things, you guys. We just buy it. We get the dog, we buy the item, and at the end of the day, we're like, now I have more stuff, right? So all of a sudden, our life feels like it's spinning out of control. Trust me, again, I've been there, and in the past and currently. So the question is, how do we get back to the basics? How do we press start on the reset button? How do we get to living life like full again? And I'm going to tell you how to do that here in a minute. There are 4 simple, helpful tips on how to hit the reset button. But when we think about detoxing, it just simply means letting go of the bad so that you can be experiencing more of the good. So here we go. Grab a pen and paper. Here are 4 simple, helpful tips on how to hit the reset button and start to live life in the amazing, awesome, grateful lane. Trust me, it exists. Number 1, detox the home or office, right? So our home and office is a direct reflection of our life. All of the stuff in our lives or in the office can sometimes make us feel like we're suffocating. I don't know about you, but if I walk into a home that is full of stuff or an office that has piles galore, and I'm sitting in there and I'm like, how are these? I feel like I can't breathe in here, right? So sometimes we get caught up and we just keep holding on to things that no longer serve us. So what are some ways that we can clean out some different areas in our home life, right? Well, it's always good to start in the kitchen. How do we declutter, right? So that's the reset. When you are starting to feel overwhelmed and that your house is like eating you alive with projects after projects, and maybe that's what your desk looks like and you just can't figure out how to do it, hit the reset button and start throwing stuff away or donating it. So ways to start in the kitchen would be to go through your pantry, right? Get rid of anything that you're not going to eat. Donate it. We buy things at the store and we're like, ooh, one day I'll try it. And then we never try it. And it's been sitting in the pantry for years. So be checking expiration dates, throwing anything that you haven't eaten in the last year. If you haven't eaten those beans, you ain't going to eat them tomorrow or the next day. Trust me, get rid of them. You can make, obviously, trips to Goodwill, so therefore you can be going through your closets. You can really honestly pick the room in your house that you feel is going to benefit you the most right off the bat. If it's your entryway, if it's that coat closet that we just like don't even want to open, is it the office, right? Like, start to dig one project at a time. Don't try and do it all in one weekend. That's crazy. It feels overwhelmed, and then you're stuck back in the same spot. So definitely take time to detox the home and the office. Another really good one that I work with clients is, you know, they just feel so overwhelmed, right? The notifications on their phone. Get rid of them. Delete those old emails that have been in there for years if you haven't. Like the people that have like 3,299 emails still sitting in their inbox, not even read. I'm like, do you know you have that? And they're like, yeah, I know. It's. I'll get to it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, right? So, and what's better is maybe tackle the emails that you all, like you have thousands of them. Instead of just sorting them, take 10 a day and physically unsubscribe. Okay, and 10 a day, I promise all of a sudden you won't be getting spammed with all this crap. And then the next thing would be not to sign up for all that crap. But anyways, that is a good way to detox your home and your office so that you can start not, you know, like, so you can breathe again. Okay. Number 2 is detox your body. Maybe you've gained a few extra pounds around the midsection. Maybe you stopped going to the gym because you lost all motivation because you went on vacation and now you just can't find that groove back. It's okay. Maybe you're feeling tired and irritated and unattractive, right? And it's a sign that our body is telling us, like, it's screaming, help! Help me, oh my God, I need help, right? That's a sign. When we feel irritated, tired, pissed off, like frustrated, stressed out, this is our body telling us that we need to slow down and detox some of that crap out of our life. So deep down inside, you know what you need to do. Hit the reset button so that you can start to look and feel better. So it kind of sounds like when it's time to detox your body, that you're ready for the 365 Daily Hustle Mind Plus Body Reset Cleanse. So when we cleanse our body, we're getting rid of those nasty toxins that come from processed foods, booze, chemicals that we use to clean our house, etc. Right? So I like to look at it as the best formula ever for our bodies, right? A proper cleanse, which I happen to offer, lots of water, fitness and movement, and sleep equals a brand new person. Hello, Stella just got her groove back. When you feel good inside and out, it's going to show, and that's just a way to get rid of all of that crap in your body. You don't need it. Number 3, detox your social life. Yes, I know you knew this was coming, right? Most likely you have people on your social media accounts or within your social circles and networks that, let's face it, they're the negative Nancys. They're always unhappy. You're always complaining about something that's like dragging you down. It's time to detox all of those toxic people. Bye-bye. I don't need you, right? So having a social life that is filled with positive, high energetic people is vital to your mindset, I promise. So embrace in quantity or quality over quantity, right? I may not have a ton of girlfriends, but the ones that I got are pretty freaking special, and I know I can always count on them. I don't need hundreds of people to be in my life, cluttering it, feeling like I have to do everything for everyone. So what are we going to do? We're going to hit the reset, right? Reflect on who in your life brings you down. Okay, so kind of go through that list like, dang, oh, I see them all the time and they're constantly nagging and they're doing crap like that. Like they're bringing my energy. They're sucking me dry. Okay, these are the people that it's time to say goodbye to. There's nothing personal, but if you want to grow personally, professionally, mentally, emotionally, time to get rid of them. And just the opposite, right? So take time to invest in the people that you love the most. Like find those special unicorns that you're like, man, your energy is freaking awesome. I want to be around you. I want to follow your Facebook page. I get that a lot. Like people want to be my friend and I'll say, sure, can I ask why it is that you wanted to be a friend of mine? And they're like, actually, I heard that your profile looks positive. I heard you're a positive person and I'm trying to fill my life with positive people. Hell yeah, I'll be your friend. Go for it, right? And by the way, like the 365 Daily Hustle, because if you think my personal page is awesome, you're definitely going to like the hustle. So yeah, hit the reset, right? Get rid of the energy sucking people and fill your life with people that bring you love, joy, and that are going to lift you up. Number 4, the last one, stick with me here, is detoxing our mindset. One of my favorites as a mindset coach. So when you cleanse your mind of negative thoughts, you start to feel better. You start to feel happier, and you definitely start to feel healthier. So I like to always think like, are you allowing others to control what it is that you think? Do you allow others, people's judgments and opinions, like get the best of you? Like they'll be the first to bring you down, right? And it's so easy to, like, if people said, you know, you're so dumb, you're never going to graduate, blah, 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 you start to believe it. Like that's the seed that has been planted deep in our brains, even as children, that we slowly start to believe. So we need to defunk those beliefs that seriously no longer serve your mindset and detox that, like get rid of it. You don't need it. So, you know, the reset here, notice the unhealthy mindset comes into play, right? So that's typically that little voice that's inside your head that starts the conversation. It's like, hey girl. And you're like, oh, hey. And then you're like, oh, isn't this a good idea? And then that little voice says, hell no. Are you crazy? You can't achieve that. Oh, you look fat today. Like all these little things that little voice likes to tell you. You can't be happy. Of course this happens to you. Everything bad happens to you. Like these are those little conversations that we have that leave a huge impact in our lives. So of course, like the list goes on and on of what we tell ourselves, even when we don't even know that we're telling ourselves this. But now that I've said something, you'll probably be more aware of that little voice. If you can't remember the last time, I guarantee you'll probably in the next 24 hours. Even someone who has such a strong mindset as myself, like I'm still a human. I still have the little voice that says, Carissa, you probably can't do that, or that's scary. I wouldn't jump off the high dive. The difference is that I have learned to control that. I have learned to let the fear of the unknown go. I've learned to let people's judgments and shame and blame no longer hold me. Like that has no power over me. That's freaking really cool when you can simply turn to that little voice and say, hey, I hear ya, and I totally got it. Yeah, I'm having a whole conversation with my left shoulder, by the way. Anyways, yeah, you can tell that like yourself. Okay, you can say, it's okay, I got this. Don't worry about it. I'm strong. Like I can do it today. And worst case, if I don't do it, I'm going to learn from it and recorrect it. So there's definitely growth in failure, but that's not what this topic's about tonight. So yeah, when that little voice appears, notice it, reframe, hit the new mindset into a more positive vibe and say, it's okay. I got it. Don't worry about it. So at night, I like to finish up, right? So how do we train the brain? How do we detox the negative thoughts out of our mind and start focusing on all the positive stuff? It's something so simple that I can tell you to do, and you're like, oh yeah, I've totally heard of that, Carissa. I'm not here to like give you any special crazy advice. I'm just here as a coach to help keep you accountable to what it is that you want to see happen. So something that I do all the time is, of course, I am incredibly grateful. I live life with an attitude of gratitude. And when you can start to look at everything as a positive versus a negative, it really does detox that mindset. So every night, you know, I kind of think back and I lay on my pillow and I reflect, and I've only got like a minute here because I fall asleep very quickly. I'm exhausted by 8:30. So yeah, I don't have very long, but I take a moment and I sit and reflect back. And it's never what I could have done more. It's never I should have. It's, you did really, I'm proud of you today, Carissa. You did X, Y, and Z. Some days it's literally like, you know, you didn't even want to get up this morning to go to the gym, but you did. Okay. So it's just reminding yourself, telling yourself thank you, and that you love yourself, and that you did do a great job today, because hey, you're alive, my kids are alive, my house is not burnt down, and I'm still helping clients achieve great things. So at the end of the day, I'm totally grateful. Plus, like bonus points would be to get yourself a gratitude journal and write down at least 3 things that you are grateful for. I promise when you start, you know, looking for the grateful opportunities in your life, that it definitely starts to reflect from the inside out. And then the last thing I really love to do is, it helps with detoxing the mind and getting rid of those negative thoughts, is to simply start telling yourself all the things that you actually want to hear. I don't care if they're true or not. Prime example, right? So someone called me like a month ago, and they're like, hey, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm heading to the office. And he said, you have an office? Oh my God, that's amazing. And I said, not yet, but I'm going to. And he's like, well, where are you going? I said, well, it's my home office. But see, I've started to plant the seeds in my head that I'm going to have an office one day, right? One day, the 365 Daily Hustle is going to be so big. I will have multiple coaches helping impact lives, and we're going to have offices. So if I can start to believe that I can have an office, then it happens. I'm sorry, like it does, whether you believe that or not. So what you put out into the world gets planted into our brains, and if you say it all the time, you start to believe it. And once you believe it, that's when the magic freaking happens. So there you go, guys. That is just 4 simple, easy ways on how to hit the resets, like that hardcore button where it's like, man, life is crazy, spinning out of control. What do I need to do? Hit the reset, okay? Remember, hit the reset, hit the reset, hit the reset. So that was 4 ways on how to detox your life. That is declutter your house or your office, detox or declutter your body of things that you don't need, detox your social life, which might be a challenge, and detox your negative mindset. I hope you guys have a wonderful Thursday evening. I'll, of course, be back here right next week. I'll be back here next week, 7 p.m. Thursday live sessions with Carissa. Live to the fullest. Definitely click the discovery call link. I promise you won't be disappointed. Stay hustling, y'all. I love you.